So when Shieldon came out, I said that if Mavuika is good enough, Itto's best team could end up not having Goro on it at all, and I do think that is what happened here. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to use him in Abyss the first time, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out him with just the Capybara. We're going to see how much damage he does against that guy, but let's see how our damage is looking. Now, is this a waste of Mavuika? Probably. I'm not going to deny that. However, if you love Itto, if you love the dude, then, I mean, it's probably the best way that you're going to be able to do basically anything. So Shieldon is going to give the 40% res shred there. We're going to have this. Boom. We're going to have that. And we're going to start off with this. All right. So now we are hitting for 67,000 for Itto. We could see, you know, I mean, Mavuika's hitting 70,000 damage there, 76,000 damage. And then we'll just go ahead and start off this rotation again. And we'll quickly start it up again. And we are looking pretty snazzy with a 500,000 damage. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. It's undeniable how good that is. I mean, yeah, we're finishing this within less than a minute. Now, I have to discuss some things there. Now, my Itto is C2, which you could argue, like, Itto, the more cons he gets, the more that he wants, you know, 3 Geos, which now he doesn't have. Because mainly this constellation is how my Itto has been built for quite some time. Like, I was, you know, 0% energy recharge for my Itto for the longest time. This is the new build that I came to, you know, start using, or not start using. This is the first time I'm using it. I just sort of reconfigured him. And yeah, he, you know, that is a decent team. Granted, half the team's DPS probably came from Mavuika, but we don't talk about that, okay? We're just here to appreciate the fact that Itto can do some decent things again, alright? Beforehand, it was kind of like, well, you're not really doing a lot, Itto. You're not doing it. And now, he's doing it, right? Like, he's doing it, man! Finally, we can say that, you know, he ain't bad, he ain't bad. I am capped on my resin, but I don't care. Like, this is a very good team. Mavuika was hitting 74,000. I mean, I don't know what to say. That's what she was hitting. It was pretty good. We basically recovered her entire fighting spirit, so she's giving Itto 40% damage bonus. I really think that this team is, like, in contention for, like, one of the better teams that Itto has. And if it's not his best, you know, never mind. Screw that. This is his best team now. This is just his best team now. Because, I mean, you have Fiorina's off-field damage. Comparatively to previous teams that you would have Itto on, this is his best team by far. Yeah. Boom. 400,000 there. And then we do that 140,000, then 61,000, 61,000, 62,000. It's not bad. You know, it really isn't. 50,000 there. I mean, we're seeing Mavuika hit 70, or not 70, but 60. You know, she's not lasting the entire time. That is important to note. Like, she's not lasting the entire time, but does she need to last the entire time? What realistically is Mavuika doing to make her need to last the entire time? It's not like she's applying pyro. What she's doing is she's vaping, so her damage there, we don't need her to last the entire Itto duration. Or, I mean, we didn't even really get in the entire Itto duration. I don't know exactly when she stopped hitting, but it seemed like she stopped hitting halfway through there. She might not have lasted the entire time, but I can definitely say that she was lasting good enough time to deal decent amounts of damage, provide support for Itto. I mean, it's a pretty good team. Like, this guy, you know, he can actually be good now. You know, he may have C2 Shieldon backing him up, along with that being on, you know, Mavuika and Fiorina, but I mean, it is fine. It's good to see that Itto now has a new team after so long, because beforehand, it was constantly just like, well, now we have Chiori. Like, that was a huge improvement, wasn't it, chat? A huge improvement. We're not two Chioris. I don't know why I said two Chioris. But Chiori, yeah, good sub DPS, right? You know, it's not like Mavuika is doing 500,000 damage. You know, it's not anything like that. I mean, why would you even think that? It's not like Mavuika could do 500,000 damage, which is probably what Chiori's doing the entire time she's on the Steam. This feels a lot better. We have a healer who makes Fiorina work all the time, basically. We have Mavuika, who is providing support from off-field damage and also just raw 40% support, which is amazing. I mean, the team functions so well. Like, and the reason why this matters a lot is because Itto was falling behind. Because had we, gotten rid of Shilonen, let's get rid of Shilonen. I think the best team that he had would have been Shiori instead of Zhongli, but we're going to be using Zhongli since I don't have Shiori. But we would have basically just this team. This would be our team, I would imagine. Either you would have Fiorina here or Bennett, or maybe you could get rid of Zhongli for Bennett, whoever. But you basically would be using this team, and it's not really that good. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's not like we have someone who can heal us here. There's nobody here that's healing us, right? So before that, we have all that. Sure, we'll have this, okay. And then, sure, watch this. He's not gonna hit harder, apparently. I thought he was gonna hit harder. I was so prepared for him to hit harder on this team, huh? I mean, Itto's getting Goro's full support. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can say. Like, Itto's getting the full Goro support. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like yeah, this one is just Shilonen. Like, you can, let's say you go ahead and we get rid of Shilonen. Shilonen source sample for Geo. Generally, I think what this means here. Let me go ahead and show this here. Her source sample she carries will always be active. I think what that means is that we don't have to have anything unless they change the wording, because it does say Geo's source sample will always remain active. Well, no, that's if you didn't have any Geo characters. Okay, I get what that means now. So that's just basically like Geo will always be active. So if you have like a full like Pyro, Hydro, and like Electro team, Shilonen wouldn't normally have a Geo source sample, but now she will always carry a Geo source sample is what that's saying. Okay, it's been a bit since I've read her kit, but basically what we should see here, I probably will skip Goro here, or not skip Goro, but I'll skip his burst, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna have this, and this would sort of be the team that we do when Shilonen first came out. And I was looking at it and I was like, huh, yeah, let's just react there, and then we'll have this, and then we'll see this, boom, 140, and then 62,000, 68,000. I mean, that isn't far off, and we're doing like so much more damage because of Mavuika. Like, we're losing out on 500,000 damage and then like 70,000 like a couple times, bro, just from having Mavuika off the team. Goro, I'm sorry, broski, you fell off. It's finally time. As much as you were there for Itto, you were great support for Itto. You're off the team, man. You're off the team because this team is just better. Man, that would have been a lot more smooth if I actually just had picked Mavuika there. This team is just better. It is. There's no way around it. This team is just better. I don't know what to say. Like, it is legitimately, it feels way better than, using Goro. And it does about the, like, Itto's personal damage stays about the same. But then you basically go ahead and you grab Mavuika, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to add 500,000 damage to your team, and I'm also going to do like 300,000 damage over time. So there you go. 800,000 damage for free, Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I told you guys, I told you, sure, Shilonen is buffing a little bit more than, what Mavuika would normally do. Mavuika is with R1, sure, but at the same time, I mean, is she wasted on this team is the main thing. Is she wasted on this team? I think that's the main thing that people in the comments are probably going to discuss is like, you're using Mavuika on this team. If you got rid of Itto, like, that's the thing. Like, would you do more damage if you got rid of Itto? Hold on. The intrusive thoughts just won. I need to see. Do we need to get rid of Itto? Chat, do we think that we need to get rid of Itto? So let's say we don't need to get rid of Itto. Let's say we don't need to get rid of Itto, chat. What if we don't need to get rid of Itto? All right. Huh. Chat, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Of course, a Windows notification right as I'm here. I don't want to talk about it, chat. I think that's a little too close for comfort. I think that's a little too close for comfort, knowing that Mavuika might be genuinely better on this team. It hurts a little. It does. It does. This guy was one of my favorite characters when he released. It was super cool. And then as time went on, he didn't get buffs for so long. And, like, Noelle just became better than him, which was just, it felt always awful when that happened. Noelle just being, like, better than him because she had, like, mono hydro supports because of Fiorina. When that happened, it was just like, dude. And then Navia got announced, and she wasn't a support for Geo. And then I was like, man. And then Shiori got announced, and she was a support, but she wasn't a good enough support for Geo. It really sucks to see all that happen, and this guy's team basically stay the same since he launched, other than maybe you would add Fiorina to it just to have some damage bonus and off-field damage. Like, maybe you would do that, and then you would add Shiori. Like, it's a little bit of buffs, but it's not good enough. It wasn't good enough for this guy. It really does suck that happened to him. But, yeah, now we actually have an official, like, completely new team from when he launched. Yeah! And I think this is genuinely his best team. Just by looking at what the previous, like, best team I could make for him is, comparatively to now, what this team seems to be, just the overall team damage seems to be better if I do this team. So, yeah, cool. We got it. You know, don't look into it too much. Don't look into it too much. Mavuika isn't better on field. It's not better to use on field Mavuika on this team. Itto's better. Please don't look into it. I don't want to know. I genuinely don't want to know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe. If you really enjoyed the video, consider becoming a member. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.